Lisa here, and I want to tell you about a hike I took in Sedona and what I learned from that has to do with your everyday time management things. So, three of us went hiking in Sedona. Really, we went driving around Sedona looking at the beautiful things, all the beautiful rock formations and the vortexes and everything else. And while we were driving around looking at things, taking pictures, we decided to go down this half-mile path. And there were three of us. And as we got partway down, one of the three of us decided to wait and just enjoy the view where she was. And two of us decided we would keep going. And the path went from very flat to not very flat very quickly. And so going down was a piece of cake. Coming back, not as much. And so as I'm coming back, I'm wondering, oh my gosh, have we come to the middle yet? Are we almost done? Where are we at? Because even though it said it was a half mile, I'm telling you, it felt so much longer than that because there were no guideposts along the way. There was no way of knowing. So as I'm coming back up, I'm yelling the name of the person who opted to stay behind, thinking if I yell to her and she yells back, I know I'm almost to her. And I think she was about halfway. So we're climbing back up. I'm yelling her name. There's no answer. We keep going. There's no answer. We keep going. There's no answer. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get to the end because I can't even find the middle. And by the time we got to the very top, what had happened was the person decided she was done waiting there and she went to wait somewhere else. And so I had no physical way of knowing where the middle was because my middle had moved, what I was using as my middle had moved to somewhere at the very top of our path. So what's my point for you when this comes to time management? You need to clearly define what it is you're working towards. So sometimes we use words in our goals like more or better or I feel less stress. Like, what does that even look like? Because you won't know it until you hit it. So we got to the top of the path before I realized we were at the top of the path because I kept waiting for my sign, my person, that we were in the middle. So we got all the way to the end and I didn't realize it. And so you want to make sure that when you're setting your goals, that you have a very clearly defined end point, but also that you can back it up and give you a clearly defined middle. I shared in an earlier Facebook Live about Daniel Pink and how he talks about how the middle is your oh crap point. Like, oh, whoa, we're halfway through and we haven't gotten anything done. Or, oh no, we're halfway through, we better speed up or whatever. Well, it doesn't have to be a motivating point. It could just be a guidepost to say, hey, good news, you're halfway done. And now what? So here's what I encourage you to do right now. Take a look back at those resolutions, goals, whatever it was that you set at the beginning of January, because let's face it, most people do set them. We now are middle of February, and at this point in time, over 60% of people have let those New Year's resolutions fall by the wayside. Go back to them. They were important for a reason 6 weeks ago. Are they still important now? If so, clearly define them and then set yourself some guideposts along the way. Once you have the guidepost, that then rolls back into your daily actions. And you can continue to make sure that you are working towards your biggest goal every day and that you know where you are in progress of that goal. Whether it's a time goal, whether it's a goal of quantity, whatever it is, figure that out so that you can both motivate yourself to keep moving, but also celebrate that you made it halfway. Would love to know your comments. Please post them below.